I grabbed John Luke and drove straight to Waco to get Madison to the hospital. We didn't pack bags, and I drove well beyond the speed limit. John Luke was terrified with my driving, but I was terrified I would have to bury my daughter. That is the level on which I was operating. At Waco, I picked up Madison and forced Boone to join us, and I drove pedal to the metal onto Dallas and the hospital. I needed all of us to be together when the worst happened. Madison was put on seizure medication again for 6 months and has been fine ever since. Mark's dad gave Boone a ride back to Waco, but John Luke stayed with me another day before we could return Madison to campus, then head home ourselves. Later, a counselor assured me my reaction was natural and expected. Your imagination gets to that worst-case scenario much faster now because you know what it can actually look like. But my kids thought I had gone crazy, and, to be honest, my instant hysteria and my certainty of doom terrified me. I couldn't think. I could barely breathe, and I was so sure I would lose my daughter. I couldn't envision another end to the incident. Many friends have confirmed the therapist's statement and shared similar stories with me since that day. Once hit hard, our imaginations can take us right back to that visceral pain and panic. I had to work hard that day with Madison and continue to work to take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5. Those aren't just words for me anymore. I know now that my thoughts, ideas, and emotions can do as much harm as they can do good if I don't make them obedient to the love, mercy, and truth within Christ. I simply can't live my life in the state of panic I can dream up on my own. But to do that isn't easy now, and it was especially challenging back then. Just as the kids settled into Baylor, I learned the American Greed show was gaining traction. Friends reported to me that a variety of shows and media outlets continued to contact them. I even received news that a full-spread Texas Monthly article had been written. The reporter reached out to Jerry Jones and me for an interview. I became so nervous that I called Baylor to warn them that a television crew or reporters might show up on campus searching for Boone or Madison. I also asked friends to direct all queries to my lawyers and to please not answer even the most innocent of questions. I prepared my kids as best I could. No in-depth television show was ever made, and no Texas Monthly story ever ran. We expected to find the article in each issue and were surprised and thankful when we didn't. While Mark's death and our present struggle was definitely headline news, no one talked to the press, which kept it from the public's eye. It was beyond extraordinary how little people shared. One day, I feared my allotment of grace had run out. John Luke called from school, frantic. He'd lost a composition notebook that was due in class, and he suspected he'd accidentally thrown it away. I went out to the recycling bins and the carport. While I was out there, the dogs started going crazy. I looked up to see a stranger slowly walking down our quiet cul-de-sac with a large camera. I walked inside, a little scared, and tucked my pistol in the back of my pants. Yes, I'm a true Texan with a pistol and a license to carry a concealed weapon, but no, it's not usually in my pants. I walked back outside as she paused in front of our house. I approached her, arms outstretched. Please, could you not take any pictures? She coolly replied, I'm from the Wall Street Journal, and this is a public street. It's legal for me to take pictures. If you don't want to be in the picture, I'll give you time to go inside. I turned around so as not to be in any of the pictures and heard a camera click. Immediately, I remembered the pistol. I dashed into the house to call Johnny Sutton, certain I would be in trouble on some level. This would not look good.